Hey folks, you know, I guess I didn't even notice this morning, or even today, because it seemed like everything was in working order. But it seemed yesterday, late last night or something, there was a massive DDoS attack. Now, according to reports and, from numerous sources, it seems the Internet of Things, as it's called, the IoT, is being blamed for what's going on. Apparently, apparently the apparently faulty security cameras, routers, something, I don't know what it was. But apparently some hackers, some pointing at things like a Maya botnet, were able to disrupt service and bring down several websites, not just on computers, but on portable devices, you name it. They were able to do this, according to some, with the help of these routers, of these webcams. Basically something, whatever this Maya botnet that's being looked at as a main source of investigation, I'm trying to read here some of the Chicago Tribune. It seems that, according to this, there's a group called the New World Hackers that are claiming responsibility for what happened. And some of the places that were affected by this were some of the sites and services that were affected were Netflix, Twitter, PayPal, and several others. I think they even mentioned, Hulu was affected, I think. I'm not really sure. But mostly, it affected a lot of major. Basically, what it did was disrupt service for a lot of major sites and streaming services like Netflix, Twitter, PayPal, and whoever else. Now, apparently, they had done this before. These New World hackers. They had done this before with ESPN, by doing it to ESPN site and BBC and They said they weren't trying to hurt. Apparently, according to the report here, um, they say they didn't do this to affect federal agents, only test power. Now, the DYN, according to the Chicago Tribune, is working with law enforcement in investigating this. I mean, the entire, I guess you could say the federal government and all that, though everybody is investigating these situation, the situation. So, so basically, this was a planned collective attack on all fronts by this group. Apparently, the ones that. Apparently, like I said, they have multiple groups or affiliates that helped them do this, and they, I guess it was noticed around 7 a.m. Eastern time, which was about 4 o'clock here, and it stopped around mid afternoon. So I'd say mid afternoon to about mid morning here, and it from what they're saying on the Chicago Tribune, some of the information they're getting at the end, it feels like they're noticing that someone's trying to get into basically or test the vulnerability of a lot of sites and it's trying to test the capability and the vulnerability of trying to take the internet down by doing these DDoS attacks. And we don't know, and obviously that's something to worry about, but hopefully it won't happen again. You know, let me just say this. This is something that apparently has to be stopped. I mean, I get that there are collective groups out there. Lizard Squad has done this. Now this New World Hacking Group is doing it. And whoever else is out there is capable of doing it. I mean, you got this this New World Hacking Group claiming they had done this before, like I said, with ESPN and BBC, and they had done things in Russia and other places. And it's like, this has got to stop. I mean, what is it? What do these people want? What does this Lizard Squad want? What does these New World hackers want? Do they want things their way? I mean, I get a lot of people don't like the direction the internet is going. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that there's a possibility that the internet, could become a shell of its former self. I get that. So what are you trying to do? What are they trying to do? Kill the internet before it gets killed by all this decision making they're afraid is going to hurt it? Don't they know that there are people like us that sign petitions online, that these petitions, they get sent to the Senate, they get sent to to the nation's capital, and they'll basically, or even to the United Nations, that these petitions are read, looked at, and taken seriously, hopefully? I mean, we've basically made our voices clear on numerous occasions with several acts that have been proposed and turned down. So, I don't understand, what's the point of this? Are they just doing this because they want to show, hey, we can do it? Or are they just doing this because maybe they want something in return? Sometimes, honestly, I think these people that do it, whether it's this New World Hacking Group or this Lizard Squad or whoever, they do it because let's say Netflix. Netflix is someone that got affected. Maybe they're upset Netflix isn't giving them what they want. I mean, what do you want Netflix to do? Say, oh, here's a triple X hardcore listing of triple X. I mean, what do you want them to do? Have a triple X hardcore channel for you guys to go in and watch all your triple X hardcore lesbian action, maybe? I mean, not that there's anything against watching that kind of stuff if you're into it. But the thing is that what you want? Is that what you want with YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whoever else gets affected? Or you affected? Is that the reasoning? Is the reasoning because you want to show that you can do it so they can, in your mind, think, hey, these guys are pretty intelligent, let's offer them a job? Is that it? Well, there's other ways of getting a job. It's called applying online, applying in person, sending in resumes. I mean, the point is, there are several other ways of doing this. Thankfully, not a lot of major sites were affected. But when the main blame and source of these attacks go towards security cameras, routers, traffic cams, city cams, and all that, when those are directed, or those are looked at as a main source for people like the New World Hacking Group or the Lizard Squad groups to be able to use to hack into things, then something has to be done. Something has to be done, and it has to be done now. These DDoS attacks have to come to an end. I mean, let's not forget what happened several years ago. People were getting PS4s and Xbox Ones for Christmas, and they were all looking forward to playing online. One of the features they liked. What happened? They couldn't do it because on Christmas Day, a hacking group known as Lizard Squad took that away. And why? Because one of them comes out and says they wanted to show that they could do it so they could probably get a job. Again, that's not a reasoning. That's stupid. And hopefully it stopped there. And hopefully Lizard Squad has learned not to do this anymore. Hopefully maybe Lizard Squad has been put to rest. Can't say that they have. But let's say they have been for right now. The same has to be done with this New World Hacking Group or any hacking group out there. You cannot allow this to happen. You cannot. So my personal opinion, from hearing about it, not experiencing it, I'm not too thrilled to read what happened. I'm thankful that not everything was affected, and I'm thankful they did call off their attack. I am. But I'm not happy at the fact that they do it because they wanted to test power. I'll see what kind of power they can get. Because guess what? They ain't getting no power. Because they're going to be because honestly, they have no idea who they're fighting against. Because you have intelligence groups in this country, in various countries, that can outsmart and out-hack hacking groups. They can track them down and find out where they're located. So if the New World Hacking wanted to send a message, hey, your message got sent. Yeah, you can do this kind of stuff. Yeah, we get it. You have the capabilities of doing it. But guess what? That group, sooner or later, is going to be tracked down. Hopefully this investigation is going to lead towards them being tracked down and taken down. Because I'm sure myself and those that rely on the internet, and either with Twitter or Facebook or whatever, YouTube, Netflix, we don't want to have to deal with this ever again. So those are my thoughts on it. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll talk to y'all later.